history, yeah. And when you're alone, do you say my name or you say her name? Yeah. My love, it grows with the memories like a symphony. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Wherever love flows, there is also tragedy. When we're in too deep, and you and I, we got history, yeah.
Good morning. Just the song change there. All right, so I know there's one mod in particular I want to check. I also don't have like just a good place to do write-ups on this. So I've got some stuff in Nation config. I don't know. Doesn't really seem like quite the right place for puppet mastering instruction. Maybe donation panel? Because by default, this all gets shipped in. Well, this isn't really shipped anywhere. Just. Yeah, this has integrations. Maybe this should be less of a mod specific thing and more just a separate document. Edit. Mastering. All right, so I know that there's a couple of things I want to deal with. One of them is master setup, and the other is game host setup. So I know one of the things I want to check is almost more of a game host thing. So game host is specifically, well, okay. So what would our, I'm not yet sure what the server setup is going to as far as if we're using private servers or what. So it would be multiplayer. We don't want it to appear in the listing. Well, I'm not logged in, so I guess actually less. So some of this is actually going to relate. Well, lobby info requires some setup. I actually have to look at what its settings are. Hey. I'm not quite sure how to break that name down. The Biogenso? Welcome. So server mods will be a part of it. We're going to have puppetmaster. I actually haven't played in a long time. I used to write a large number of the mods, and I still do some. Part of that was like doing all of the mods and backend support for Ablegamers. But I just haven't felt like playing much lately. Uh-oh. Well, thank you. I don't know what you hit that did that, but every once in a while something goes weird, wonky with the HTTP access on there. I need to. I need to. I need to get rid of WordPress. I just another one of those things that I never quite want to do. Maybe I need to make that a stream project sometime. Well, okay. So actually, there's two things here. Well, server mods are really important to set up. That's I think that's going to be all of the server ones. So puppetmaster will probably be fine. I'll probably be running local versions of most things. So actually, mod setup would be a good place to look. So these are probably going to be installed at server first. So yeah, we've got puppetmaster. I believe 330 is current. Are you still in here? Yeah, original is here. Yeah, so that is current. This event will be using Legion expansion. Pretty sure those cross require each other. So that's going to be local. That's going to be local. I'm actually not sure about the map pack. I know at this point I only know the final system. I think this is all of that. And I don't really know of any better way to link to these necessarily. I mean, I could do forum pages. And Legion should be given. generally available. All right, so then got Hermes orbital spawn, and that's gonna have to be, just download it. Uh, duh, duh. Uh, that probe will interplay in the orbital layer if pasted with orbital shell visible. And so actually I updated this one and I tested it. I updated this for description, but I didn't actually test it yet. So this is some stuff we need to test. And one shot nukes. No, I need back in my repositories. Keep doing that. One shot nukes. Adds unit specs. Bug paste. And I guess depending on the, I didn't really review the unit tags, whatever, what their name is. So maybe if it was on the build bar, it would be technically buildable by something. It's just kind of collection of units. But I don't think there's any issue. So I might actually need to. There's going to end up being two sections of this. I don't know. Is there already a good reference for this? I don't know if there is a good reference. Yep. Hey Lula, do you know if there's any existing references for how to install local mods? Seems like there ought to be something out there. Hosting a local server, mod archives. Tag mods. Yeah, but just like Annihilation mods. Data directory. Now, just like, how to find the files and where to put things. Does that match up? That's a piece of it. It's like where to find stuff. Documents, Uber Entertainment, Planetary Annihilation. Okay, so this is something that we can use that. Client mods go in server mods, directory client mods go in client mods. Actually, is mods listed in here? Data directory. No, not specifically. Each mod should have its own folder. E.g., so an example would be server mods. Have its own folder. That folder have the mod info. The Herbie's orbital spawn. Once the files are in place, you should be able to open PA and find them. If you need to use I mean, this shouldn't be relevant for the stuff we're doing right now, but mod directory structure, okay. Data directory, okay. Getting your mod. Your mod is having a unique identifier. We can have a link to this. I don't think it's going to be a primary reference. All right, so that's just stuff we have to have there. I'm not sure that's going to be useful for this, but maybe every mod directory structure. Oh no, that was. Wait. Oh, so was this a sublink? Mod directory structure. Okay, so that was just like the top level page. All right. So locally installed mods, and then okay. So puppetmaster Legion locally installed. I think that's all the server mods we need. There's probably going to be more set up. Let's see. I've got this up. This is still old data. I guess I could probably start using this stuff. So probably we're going to have something like this. And we can revise this as needed. Okay, so that is the mod setup. So we've got puppetmaster on, on. That means orbital spawn on. Dot nukes on. I need to. I need to test everything. So I don't yet know exactly what our server setup is going to be. Not super important. Dedicated servers. Okay, well, I don't. I mean, I can update this if we get better information on what that's going to be. But I don't know if they're. I mean, is it just use the dedicated server? Event will use dedicated server. I don't know if it's server or servers. Like. They're all right now? Okay. I mean, it needs at least this. Maybe we want more. Let's see, since I'm not online, I actually think I could go into custom. Yeah. Well, I guess it's about the same. There was talk of having secondary puppet masters, or other people setting up the lobbies. So I just need to have everything in one place, and I need to test a few mods while I'm at it. I mean, it's not going to be a public thing, so that doesn't matter. I presume this is going to be password to be determined. Would be private. These are going to be free for all. We definitely, absolutely, positively must have sandbox. Systems are to be determined. Okay, thanks for stopping by. You know what the finals is going to be? spectators. We may have 2 casters and we may have 2 puppet masters. I think there's talk of co-casters. This is still somewhat to be determined. I think we did not do global spectator chat last time. And I think that's all the lobby settings. So that's what I know. All right, this is, well, you set up the mods once, and then this is the every time. So this will be subject to some change, possibly. I don't know if lobby info is going to be really common. All right, so these are the server mods. I technically need to be a spectator. Well, I usually just do the instant sandbox. So I don't have a good... Just that one? Radius 400? I'm actually not sure how much other stuff I have turned on right now, client mod-wise. Got to that section yet. All right, so it looks like puppetmaster is on. So we can double check. Hermes orbital spawn. Okay, well, the pod effect goes down there. I don't know if I want to tackle that one right now. I'm not sure that can be changed. And that we have these. Okay, so that, well, I can give the other guy a nuke to test the nukes. Uh, I forgot what my that command was. There we go. That is gone. Okay, so we give this guy one of the one-shot nukes. Uh, oh no, that was an anti-nuke. Oop. Oh, I changed selection somehow. You. Okay. That works fine. It is now gone. Okay, so hopefully, I mean, perhaps later on there'll be some questions. We can refine this. But this is your basic mod list. Setup instructions if somebody else is doing it. I think that's all of the server mods. Puppetmaster setup. So this is, well, we might have a kind of a 4x4 here. Technically, Puppetmaster is going to do some things. I don't know that anything is required. This is probably going to all be recommended mods. Uh, okay. Menu. But that is going to be... Well, some of them become required if you have others. I might just make these mods. All right, so we've got... Sandbox unit menu. This is only used for the event, so it doesn't published. Sandbox unit menu. Oh. Technically, these have forum pages that link back to, well, but... I'm not sure, and all of them do. Buttons for each menu code. Data used by other... Donation data is a backend support. I guess I'd do one for casters if somebody wanted to do mods as well. I think Marshall talked about possibly getting the announcer set up, which I haven't checked in a while. Support framework. I guess donation panel didn't actually have necessarily updates this time. I have been running a local version 220220, so I might still want that for emergency patches, but is up to date. Da, 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 da. I might actually need to go over, like, probably need to go over, like, all of the keys used by these things in some total as well. Wasting a set number of units. Informations with formation. So move chat. I don't know. Might not have published this one yet. Maybe more of an optional. Big puppetmaster client mods. This was originally just going to be a little thing for me, but if we're going to have multiple people, they might want it too. Yep. I should probably have at least a readme. Is it in the right place? Yes. Box over where it might be covered by sandbox unit box, especially with annihilation mod to get remote add. Oh, yeah, not commit. Oh, yeah, but I actually commit. This might end up being a little bit far down the list, but the in-game chat out of the way of the sandbox. Region expansion will kind of be implied. I think, actually, you know what? I think that, I'm gonna have to look at this. I think the systems are gonna all end up in Marshall's back. Now I've got the planets. Able conglomerate. In the various things. I never need the system name. That's the local. I guess I could look at last year's stuff. So we cleared that out. Finals. So it's a 4-planet system. Oh, there we go. So we know that the final is going to be Final Destination. Game host setup. It is to be determined. Systems to be determined. So we actually need to include that in CMM mods. These were all server mods, but just to set it up. So the mod name. Properly speaking. WP Marshall's map pack. Okay, so we were Legion is sort of. I've probably got all the mods actually on. Oh, okay, so yeah, I was looking here. I don't think it's using that anymore. This one is technically just recommended. I don't think it's in any way required. It's not relevant. That's a dependency. Orbital spawn. That's one I'll be using. I don't know that necessarily anybody else would be using that. So those would be strongly recommended. Actually, you can probably have like a little bit more to taste, but I mean technically all of these are recommended, but that's a little bit more optional. This is like super optional. Is this one even published? All right, I'm getting too many windows. That was kind of the same thing. Yes. Requires donations, server key setup. I mean, I think that yeah, I could probably update the. It was really supposed to be a thing for me. I could probably do a little bit on the README for that. That might be kind of a to-do for later. I do need to make sure I test that one though. So that is on. Unfortunately, it's still in live configuration. Da 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 da. Yes. If I go to nation config nodes, we've got the one for this server, and I probably need to update the URL as well. I think that's just a. What URL do you hit? You're probably just a kind of a one trick thing. Oh yeah, you need a URL update too. All right, let's close that buffer. I probably could do a test to this to some other ID. Now, do you have a settings? No. What setting do you pull for current match? Oh, no. That's the keybind. Donation data is what. Reminds me, I have to update my local settings for. Which I should go through that as part of the instruction. So I've got a local. So we're probably like set on finals or something. We can that easily. Lobby info. It's a lobby. Oh, so actually I should know exactly what I'm submitting here. settings. Not gameplay. Is there something that's actually broken? Nothing completely broken, no. Where else would I have put that? You have a key binding, you have approved player control, lobby info. Yeah, I feel like something, or do I not have? Okay, I don't have panel on right now, which means I don't have data on. I don't have the setting for. So well, the problem, yeah, those are never going to be modified keys. So lobby info technically depends. So if we looked at, say, donation payment, I think it was looking at donation data. Date, description, depth. Apparently I didn't actually copy. I don't know if it will actually process. Donation data. Oh, I need to review everything else. Got other mods. And that should give me the game setting. Donation config local. An API key. My sample data, actually just using different matches, should actually be fine here. Update these anyway. Current match. All right, for lobby info purposes, this is fine. We want to watch this end. And it's going to get a system. So we know this one will be used. We're loading, we're loading. Did. That's all loaded. No errors reported there. Not gonna live update here. Anything from the server? No, I didn't see anything. Oh, no, wait. You got something. And I didn't put a title in. My fault. Okay, so either my live connection isn't working. So I may have to check the live update of this stuff. I thought I had WebSocket set up, but I hadn't really pushed on it yet. Or maybe lobby updates don't actually poke that. Uh, donation config. Oop, already had that open. Okay, check lobby update web socket. We also had comments about menu item, delete button. We were looking at linking some graphics, and there was some talk of player profiles, although linking that to arbitrary names could be a little bit hairy. We tried doing it by name. But it does get over there. So this mod seems to be okay. You are destination panel, notes, your lobby info. Yep. Update. UI mods, lobby info. Copy, UI mods. Lobby info. We need to quote this. Crits.example.js. And the donation and update. This is not a generally used mod. That is just the required piece of information. I have a terminal for you. Got moved chat. Are you even a repository? Yeah, you published. Yes, yes. A secrets file is ignored. README mod info. I had to do the URL update. I don't think I have any reason to do that again. Yeah, this didn't have variable URLs. Maybe I could link it into something else. Do that. Do that just to try and make sure I don't forget. And yes, I closed that window. I did close that window. Proper, we should do a version. No, just need a change log. It hasn't really changed anything in any way. All right, so it's linked. It's got a little bit more of a README. And I think I'm going to take a short break. I'll be back in a few. Oh. Power supply. Aww. That kind of ruins the moment a little bit. So it works, but the vehicle printer is really expensive.
Hey, you go into that. Hey. No, not you!
Here. Alright, metals, not a big deal. Well, I was trying to replace my compound. Use titanium for oxygen tanks. Yeah, I feel like we're just kind of going around in circles now. Well, it might be comforting to actually go around in a circle. Or we could crash.
Hey. Ow! Ow! And fight's almost over. Ow! Ow! Fight's over.
That means we can carry down 16 pounds of stuff. Or, I mean, God only knows what this is. This probably brings us to like another map. At least the wolves can't get you when you climb. Okay. What the fuck?
And I still got.
Welcome back. Well, gotta exclude that one. Alright, we're going through to make sure I had everything on. Lobby info, donation panel got turned on. We need to have that in our list. Which is going to be another local mod. Provides the donation. Feed in game and sets up player planet unit count for testing. Installed. I guess this is another kind of support thing to that. Donation panel. This is going to be recommended. Well, do I interact with improved player control or do I integrations? It is listed as an actual integration. That is a published mod. Oh yeah, and there's the chat mod too. Do I still use the chat mod? I think it. Yeah, that's actually a puppetmaster integration. Improved player control. So that, how we use that will be in more of a recommended setup, I think. Uh, higher player rows, hitbox. Nope. I mean, that doesn't always work, but I certainly did something with it. All right. One-shot nukes we've got. Oh, no, 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 no. Not with player. That is probably going to be a puppet master. Can I get reloaded nukes? So that kind of changed. Not with player. This is notice to the people receiving donations, so it's kind of a should really have it situation. Oops, not copy that. And this is one that we've not touched in a long time, so it probably needs to test itself, which is, I think that's going to require actual logon. that. Where were we? Not with player. It is enabled. Preloaded nukes is the old one. I mean, that's just the confirmation box. I mean, that's for the use you need of it. That's probably fine. Okay, so this is a little bit trickier to test. First of all, can I launch 2 copies? Only if I mess with local store. Which I might. I could look at my other copy. Oh, they actually fixed it. You can actually see the output. Or Windows fixed it, I guess. Local storage URL. No, I don't know if that's relative or absolute or what. I guess that's technically going to be in here, right? Windows. I may have never done 2 things here. I could also run it on the other computer. So let's try. I don't know where it put that. Oh, we get the first player experience. Which is, you have to watch this movie? Audio. All right. So I need to do the sign-in dance. Okay, so I don't have that under. Oh, that's an interesting window size of. Oh, right, because I pulled it out of here, so it's no longer. What? Okay, apparently I missed a minor update. I'll have to check on that later. And since that was a username change, I get to go through the movie again. Or it doesn't handle... did it just crash? I tried... Gosh. Yeah. You did... Oh, no. Might do a different profile. Okay, well, it seems less borked now. So, okay, it's kind of borked. Shoot. How about... I don't have a good screen for this. I guess the screen is turn off the display capture. Because it likes to full screen itself on a vertical monitor that is not happy. And now it doesn't full screen itself. Great. Okay. So we need... I think since we're signed in, we can do chat. But it'll be fine if it's a local. But it is still multiplayer. Right, because we're on the wrong version. But we're on the same version. It can be public locally. That's fine. Care that much. Okay. Doesn't actually carry through. Idle. Wait, I don't have any mods. Trying to start the other copy mess things up. Or is it still uploading? Installed, active server. No? They just hadn't showed up yet. Multiplayer custom. Great game. Okay, so this is showing up now. Yeah, I didn't get like any of my stuff. None, maybe I had to reset mods after. Where was our basic? Let's get use a search feature. I'm gonna spectate. Be sandbox. Oh no, I tried to create game. I need to join. Now I can't see it because it's not public. Didn't change the color settings.
Choose landing site.
Oh, you still got right because I changed user, so the volume is all.
Initiating landing sequence.
Audio master volume. Music volume got turned down. Interesting. Maybe I have used that profile. Did it get game paused. All right, so right, because it's not the normal size. This would be okay. So I've got the social bar thing. You need to we can test how this works. Got panel on. And you are this guy. No, well, got the name. So that doesn't look selected. Okay, so we get a flash. It's thinking. Okay, you have to accept the chat, and then no, that's the bar. Wondable. It doesn't have the planet name. That might be a puppet master change. I mean, it's more a notice that you got something. So that would be a small improvement I want to go back to. Client mods. Server mod dev. I don't have a notes. Well, I guess I was using this as notes. Da, 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 da. Again, I'm not sure people were really using the message. So this is going to be like instructions for players. But that does still work. Okay, so I also got, yeah, we opened chats with everyone. See, there's no way to just sign out, I think. Okay, so chat with player. Oh no, this is a published mod. All right, so this would be, can I confirm integration? Be a donation panel thing. What would the message be? Yep, that is indeed an integration. uh, all right, so we were looking at, I got through the entire mod list. This didn't get a, possibly should do that. Isn't that super no, it's just not sorted that way for some reason. And I don't know what the sorting condition is, 'cause I thought it was recently updated. Twenty. Yeah, you're a brand new too. Oh, maybe it's reversed. No, that's nation panel. Probably just haven't updated the mod date. Oh, it got updated. Do I have... We've got chat with player. We've got puppetmaster recommends. That got taken over. Organizer. Then do we have for player control? Puppetmaster. Donation panel actually does have a forum. Should be the same as the README. For player control, sandbox unit menu. Something has integration with bulk now. Okay. So that is the mod setup. Okay, so that's mod setup. So this is yes, in-game. Spectators. Yeah, maybe I did have that. All key bindings known as default changeable in settings. Activate Puppet Master mode, Control Shift Alt P. All right. The thing, let's see. So bulk paste units. So we got manual operation. Well, probably a good thing to. So I don't remember what the default are. That would be inbox unit menu. Improved player control. Select player. I recommend changing these to 1 to 0, or at least 1 to 4. Number of unit with slider or text entry box at top of unit list. You can select units from regular sandbox, or the menu at bottom. Oh, I didn't get into. I didn't even get into discount codes. That is just the local level. I think it might be able to. That's sort of an unlikely event. Maybe have a separate section for that. That is a little bit special. All right, so we select the player, pick our location, bot bomb. So if we just do control paste, always does 1. Shift plus V does the indicated by bulk create units slider put box. And Alt V I should just have another section for that. And does this keep on pasting? Yes, it does. Oh, but it just goes back to 1. If multiple items are in the code, common for buildings like well, so maybe manual operations actually go below. Well, you still need to know how to do this. Items in below the unit box. I forget where umbrella is. some codes will have multiple entries, such as umbrella. Each press of Alt plus V places one of those multiple entries. Yeah. Selecting items. Item ones. Okay, so nation panel. Closed and opened. With a options bar icon. Uses same icon as game options at the left of the. Just need to have less things open. Speed view. This looks like the nation. Oh. You do N and U. And I might want to see if I can get a condensed version of this. The person. That could be a way to go over modded stuff. I've just kind of got a link to that path. Oh, I need to go over setup and match setup. Manual operation in game. Pre-game setup. All game. User interface, basic, instant sandbox, in UI, donation data setting. Settings, gameplay, donation data section. Donation feed can be used to select a test feed for practice. Such as a live event. 5. Uh, the API key is not hid by either of feeds. Let's see, match tags. I forget what the match tags plural is used for. Right, that's donation data, not donation pay. Settings. Oh, this might get used by other things. Right, I use this to identify untagged matches. But do you explicitly handle just giving? No, like I think that might get filtered on the other end. No, you just select a match and you only. Uh, Match tags for 2020 will be match A, B, match C, match D, finals, and just giving. Current match should be set before each game. E.g., match A, match B, etc. This will allow Nation panel to filter game donations. Okay. That's right. I was looking at nation data, nation panel. You've got the keybinds, but not really marked as finished. Yeah, not a full explanation. Let's see. Click on an entry to do it for execution. Mark that entry as finished or ignored. So it was Alt plus N. Oh, so this is going to immediately queue stuff up. Need to be in master mode, which might mean some things aren't fully open here. See, check, player, planet, unit, and so if the donation is well formatted, player, planet, well, we'll jump to the player. Player, planet, unit, and quantity will be selected. It is execute as above. Typically Alt plus N to paste from menu queue. Is useful to combine or bit large. No, Alt plus V. Let's see. When that item is code. Complete Alt plus N will advance to the next I need to review exactly how this works. That goes to the next one and selects the next thing. Current entry as finished when all codes. Well, Under ideal circumstances, for execution is Alt plus N to select a code, and 1 or more Alt plus V to place them. The feed will automatically update with new entries. You can also use Alt plus Q to force an update. Alt plus U will also clear finished entries from list. The panel became closed. Oldest first entries are at the bottom of the list. This part. Stay on screen. Know if I can scroll this. And then Alt plus update to clear that. Oh, color coding. Green entries match donation amount and calculated cost. Is it red for actually wrong? Maybe any. Right, it actually put the poorly formatted entries. Oh, right. Actually, all of these are going to show up as bad matches because I changed my match codes. Donation data, donation panel, feed view. I might actually have an HTML template here. Donation panel HTML. Amount, priority, donor name, cancel, class, player, planet match. A CSS selected, finished, insufficient, and unaccounted. The finished is faded. Selected is there. I think insufficient, which I don't know if I've got a handy version of. That looks like a red. Unaccounted. RG. In the default. So is it just like a darker green? So selected, finished, insufficient, unaccounted. Oh, did you have a menu change? Right, the totals might not be matching up because this is. Oh, so nothing matches this. These are all the ones that are a little bit over because of menu change. So not green. I could try. I could go back and try to match a round to see if there's anything. Those are the main things. There. Oop. That does some loading apparently. Oh right. Set up. Match red, match blue, match yellow, and is it match green? Not mod, settings. Match red, blue, yellow, match green. Pick one. Got that.
Choose start point.
Note that while using Older test data with current menu. Amount mismatches are likely. Well, it's kind of marking out the other ones, but it's not. Oh, right. And then these are the normal ones. Oh, right. This was specifically to handle priority effects. Definitions for other matches. That won't be a problem on the live feed. Maybe present. Tiny bucket. I mean, that's almost like a glass or a cup, right? Pitcher? I'm kind of thinking of one of our one life's overflowing poop buckets. Picture and files? Tiny bucket. Oh, like a bit bucket kind of thing? Bring out of space? Or a group of things? Image and file sharing it. Ah. Yeah, if you were looking for that kind of thing, you could probably figure it out, but just from the name, no. Yeah, if it was in like a category of those apps, you'd have a pretty good sense that it's a small one of some sort. Maybe for like personal sharing, but and just saying it's an app provides some context. That probably puts it more into the collection of something than an actual water bucket or something. I guess it's pictures and image and file sharing. Then, yeah, if you're in the context of apps, probably have the idea it was for collecting things somehow. And, probably digital things. Web app. Okay. If it's a web site named Tiny Bucket, okay. It's a website called Tiny Bucket. Yeah, same idea. Collecting things. I mean, I could maybe see that as being a name for like some little art studio or something. You know, because sometimes they just use these like weird little names. You know, Tiny Bucket, missing pieces. A website. Creatable, sorta. But almost something that could also be like a shipping company. Rapid Box. I mean, that kind of goes on the Dropbox thing. I guess that could also be a shipping company moving boxes quickly. But if you just want to send a file to somebody, sort of works. Tiny Bucket has kind of a nice ring to it. Store files, okay. Sounds a little bit more like a, I don't know, a small personal, indie developer just making a little well-crafted thing. I mean, maybe a small company, but not. I wouldn't necessarily expect that from an Amazon or anything. For the bigger companies, you'd expect something more like Rapid Box. Oh, it's enterprise grade technology. Okay, so this is not ideal circumstances. Oh, we need to. To Mark. Kind of a bunch of stuff to fix up here. So some of these are weird words. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, so Rapid's slightly more on that sense, because, usually everyone wants to be faster, faster, faster. We don't want to get the stuff done quick. We don't want to be moving it around in a tiny bucket. Name wink. Ah. What is it? E0 equals. Okay. Iteration finds. That's not a word? No, it is a word. Control, keybinds, control. Guaranteed. Flub donations again. Writing it too much. Useful. Next to this, kind of my own little word. I did spell my own name though. I think Marshall's 2 L's. Puppetmasters. Mod info, CMM, mod info. Not needed. And none of this gets in backend. If it even makes sense to do that. All right, so we're in puppet master mode. No, I didn't. Yeah, this will actually unselect a player here. So next, select a player. Oh, okay. This was end game apparently. Okay, so that is not. So I have to have a selected player before this will show a valid. That is 5. Preview is not 5, so that's what updated this. Or maybe they're really just really big. Oh no, it is. They're just really big. Yep, that was the wrong button. Looks like it was about 2 per spot there. And some of them don't want to fly for some reason. That seems to be new since last. And oh, okay. So yeah, then these are actually ordinary ones. We don't have a player. Right. This has no E5. What the heck? Oh, because I was still on 50 from $50. E1 is Delta V engine. Why did that do 50? I mean, I have to reset to get that again. I was initially doing multiples with like boom bots and stuff. Oh, that get counted for automatic extension. New rules. Times 1. Yeah. Heavy tank armor. That's the B1. I didn't. What else do we have? 2 catalysts, but those are individual placement. 3 Zeus. E3. Okay, so that's the 40 Phoenix. Next. 3 Zeus. Okay, well that one's fine. Maybe this is a bug with the merging flag. We specifically find... Oh, this is 5 Halleys. And then when I change players, it switched to 50. Okay. That's execute. Well, that's not good. Why would it go to 50? Like 5. Now it's fine. So there's something out of sync there. Don't know. Did we just do 50 whatchamajiggies? No, it was 40. Okay, well, understand. Hmm. That was clearly some kind of update. And this is kind of specific to... Well, so far it's specific to that, because this one worked fine. 1 tier. Bunch of landmines. It's Supposed to be 40 landmines. That looks like 40 landmines. Or could be. So what happened when we changed player? Probably bulk paste, I think, a local copy. Did a client mod. So what would change with bulk paste? No, it's live game. Live game bootstrap. Hooks it up. What would change when we change? Well, we put in the thing to change colors. All right, I do need to take a break. I'll be back in a few minutes. Oh, this was these look like they were freshly plucked. Oh, okay, so I could be the... Okay.
Offered me a new pair, and they are turtle beach. So far, I don't complain. Right? Good thing you said that before I did.
So I purchased this online.
All right. I'm probably going to have to do some debugging into here because it clearly got a 5. Where? So your UI is there. Your live game is there. Can we get into donation panel again? I have to reload everything. So many tabs. Donation panel. All right, that's... Currently have a poll on right now. I really don't want on. Live game bootstrap, no, it's puppetmaster. But that could be donation data, actually. Big local. Okay, so we clear this stuff. So our problem right now. Okay, so that actually didn't select anything. Let me do this. So you're somehow sending that over. Donation data. Donation panel. Yeah, that's options bar. We don't need that. We went back to live game. It's gonna have to do something to bulk, right? Okay, so not directly. Request player names, request planet names. Data. Perhaps you do all. Where do we actually send stuff? Select improved player control change. Well, we attempted to do that and it failed. What through the planet and we failed. Selected false. Nation selected. Planets not click. Destination. Oh, this is actually the order change. Select it. That's always just the first one. Where do you something off? The current order? Scribe. Sandbox menu items. So maybe this is sandbox menu. Getting the item. So current order. We're going to send that. And I probably should tag this for later. Something else, so it's that. We're seeing that. No, that's a different. Okay, so that sent 5. Build 50, yeah. So this is the auto expansion code. Are you getting this from menu or are you auto expanding it? Attach int? I guess that could be intelligence, it'd be integer for a programmer, but depends on who you're going to. Attach into, so more of a word. What did I call that property? I called it individual, and a Halley is not an individual placement. Generally, if you're just going to do a bunch on one planet, that's fine. But because it's not individual placement, yeah, that's still the cost expansion is still wrong. That should be. That's still 5 of them at 10 each for this one unit. But I may have kind of built on some code that was assuming that up here. So there's 2 places that use this. Press bulk multiples and expand simple multiples. The number of items is 1, and it's not individual, which then this is going to trigger. What is this loop? And we've got press bulk multiple. And not individual. You're yourself a loop. No, I only want the ones that do this. Oh, that's only. Yeah, that's affecting the number of them. We're not changing. Well, no, it is kind of affecting the number. All right, so this is compress. And this is expand. Shoot. It processed everything at once. Control module. Like Planetary Engine or something? Delta V engine, expand 50. And I did not take steps to copy these. All right, model.orders. Can I do something like if item.build, oh, this is specifically saying item build 0. I actually kind of wanted that. Although that actually, no, expand. Build 0 is that. If item.build 0, 1, what are we here? We have base space 0, 1. Okay, so it compressed 4 times. We passed through expand. I don't know if that was actual a problem with it. And this is where I want to, let's see, so build is an array of arrays. Wait, an array of arrays too. It's always that, so we can just say 0. And then we can say, I think it's slice 0, slice nothing. Individual. Okay, so yes, it's going 2, 3, 4, 5. And then expand is making it 50. That's the one that's a problem. It's fine that we... And the order is compress expand. Let's reparsing that. Press bulk multiple. So the order was reload again. Right, because we keep reloading this. E1 times 5. Right, because this is the display version. So somewhere we already expanded that. Maybe we always do that expansion and don't care about multiples. First step is compress. So that, yeah, that had to expand somewhere. Expand simple multiples. Oh no, this is probably my general donation parsing that said, okay, there were 5 of them. This puts it back together because we can actually manage that. Not individual. Oh no, okay, so the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's fine. This is not supposed to quite like. Saying there's one item. Oh, maybe this still has to be. Wait, we're not getting proper value for this. That's a while. Credit greater than donate. Oh. What does the entire thing look like? That looks like, okay, 5 of these. That's the build item. Maybe my compress is wrong. This is base and next. Order. Base dot donation plus equals next donation. One, two, three, four, 5. Do we not have proper menu info? JSON dot parse JSON dot stringify And that's going to be unconditional. Fortunately. I want this before it's modified. Undefined is not a function. Fruitify. Donation 1. What the heck? All right, I need to... Madness. Colors are kind of bad anyway. $10. So I have bad menu data here. Why do I have bad menu data? Menu.js. Menu equals loaded menu. We're going to be near the end, so 7, 40, 30, 30, 20, 2G1, donation 10. So you've not been menu tagged for some. Where does a common word? This is actually a bad price issue. It wasn't you. That's donation itself. Fortunately, it's going to be a common word in here. Dot donation. What is item? Where does we get item dot donation? Base dot donation plus equals. This is not a direct thing. Match players, match planets, and constructor. Donation. What do you get in? We verified this. Okay, all right, I took that out. I'm supposed to token you. That doesn't help. Any HTML. Uh-oh. Now I need to find. There's an amount. 50. I guess I could use an amount 50 as a filter for. There we go. And then that parses. Definitely comes in as 50. At this time, we don't have any builder items. Object.create prototypes, we've got that. Donor, amount, comment, codes. Players, matching matches. So that's initially empty. You use donation. And then you do match menu, match players. This is going to be a match menu thing. Menu.match. And you call all the compressants. So really, that's codes. Where do we get item? Model.orders. The model here this, the donation. And the thing we're looking up, item.donation. Orders, I guess. Match menu. I don't have a discount level right now. So right before we do this, got discount. We've got JSON.parse, JSON stringify. This dot orders. I guess menu.orders is kind of maybe we're cancel. Cancel. All right, so we copied it. Copied it again and again. That's still not right. All right, so we know it's there because we get our extra stuff somewhere in the middle. All right, so out of that we get, that's not right. Oh. Why am I getting discount? Because everything is working perfectly. Or rather, there's a small out of sync problem here. Localhost 5,000. Well, 8 is a bit much. No, yeah, discount level 8. I just happened to pick a thing that was on super discount. So Hallies are in fact cost 1. If the match goes long enough. So I guess this is maybe a useful test of that system. No, we were polling and printing a bunch of stuff. Spamming like crazy. Yeah, discount 8. Discount 0 on everything now. Where is... you're still getting discount 8. Maybe this kind of got selected while I was in discount mode and locked that in. I need the debugger. Oh, I was in the debugger. Maybe even that donation was my test. Okay, yes. So those must have been my discount test models. In my sample data. So that would be in donation data. Box menu, donation channel, big. We'll create units. Yeah, donation data. Mission config, local. Yep, these are my discount tests. Forgot about that. Which is actually this is like a little side note. Oh, I put that should have been up here. Uh, Recent event, but the data feed actually is the where is this little donation here? I've got that as data. But it's not, yeah. It's not shown anywhere here. Maybe it should. That just gets converted into one giant alley donation. And it's not super obvious. So I know I had might be just for display. Uh, Uh, Good. Tagged. Hmm. This is essentially optional stuff. There's 2 buttons. First button shows the. Actually, does it show it here? No, it does not. Which might cause. So that would be a nice little thing to have. So when we were looking at our spam, you definitely know your discount. Build discounts. That's the item. Oh, this is very old, nothing that we've left running for a while. Is that recorded in? Let's get the spam turned off. Lobby info. Da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Console. Match menu. This dot discount level. So that's a thing we should actually be able to put in there, right? I've used some different here. So this I might have not done this because of spacing concerns. But there we can see that it is in fact set. And that's not too bad. This should really be kind of a, maybe you need a special field for like conditional display. Actually, well, it still has to be an element. But this is data bind. Kind of want an if. Oh, and that also pushes me columns here. Well, that is partly the span, call span. Really, it should be 5, shouldn't we added that somewhere? Oh, no, now that should be 6. Oh, okay, so we missed some. Actually, this would make it 6. So a future year project would be to actually redo this with Flexbox, I guess. Or maybe a Friday project. Well, I might want to do some work on the menu site. But that's one of those things that needs to be so these are individually selected. And if it's well, Can we do body data bind text? This is CSS. Because 0 is falsy. Where is... Or I could put discounted on the top level thing and subselect. Yeah, because we've got like... that's dot prior. Body dot. Got code. Priority. Discounted normally is going to be a gray color, right? And then discounted, count level, discounted. Oh, that's actually like practically, it's more visible on these normal. Oh, and this is the excess mount applied to priority, so that's another little... I need a list of... So, feed view. Destination panel. Top level stuff. Item layout. So this is yeah, you've got a donation. So that's the required amount, or the calculated amount. Amount of donation, calculated amount of, it's text. Priority boost, if amount is greater than calculated, go up first. Discount level, discount level, player name, oh no, donor name. So that actually it makes a better place for that. Hmm. All right, so then we have tags. Recognized feature. Including player, planet, match, and codes. And then we have or mission con. All right, and that's probably about all we have. LS, we have a change log. Subscribable, whatever. So this is just a little feature edition. Right, did I? Yeah. And well, not that will be published in GitHub, so it will be an accessible web document. So. Yeah. All right, and then at least Friday. Starting to have too. A little more concerned about my kind of tooth extraction side. The doctor later on, well, grocery day. I probably need to see the doctor first if I need to go back on a tough diet. Well, anyway, I still have to eat. I still have to eat lunch, shower. Maybe look into some other things. But maybe depending on how much stuff needs to get done, I'll have to jump on some other time, or maybe I'll just have to work on it offline. Well, we shall see. But what you hosted me? Actually, I need to look. Yeah. This is about when I'm usually on. Sometimes I do Step Mania. That's one of the things I did shortly before the problems, and it's kind of late, so I might skip that today. And I do. I haven't had a chance to look at this yet, but I know there is somebody else playing or doing films. Someplace cool to hang out. That's someplace cool to hang out. Thanks for hanging. Goodbye and.